Week 2 of trying to write a fantasy novel before I turned 40 did actually have some words written on the page with 761, not the thousands and thousands that I'm going to need eventually if I'm going to reach this goal, but the good news is I think I'm finally done brainstorming. Not done brainstorming for the entire novel, obviously, but at least enough to get started now, because I had started chapter 1 and I understood the character, but the world just still didn't feel cohesive to me. And instead of trying to piecemeal it together, I sat down, I said, okay, what is not clicking with me? And wrote out specific questions that I would like to have the answer to. And it was a list of about 60 or 70 questions, including not only, I had a rough idea of how the magic system worked, but what are the costs of using the magic? What role do the gods play in this magic? And then from a society perspective, what size are the cities and towns? What do they look like? How are the characters going to interact with these places? How do they feel about magic users? And then from a history perspective, I know I've got this big villain. I have an idea of his aspirations and all that, but how long ago did he take over? What were things like before he took over? What are things like now because of it? What makes him so bad? Is he bad for everybody or just for the characters involved in the story? So there were a lot of these questions about societal structure and class and history and magic and just the world map in general that I didn't have answers to, that took me a long time. Maybe this is easy for some people, or maybe it just comes naturally to some people, but it definitely didn't for me. But having this list of questions, ruminating over each of them, some answers came quickly, some took hours, but I'm there, finally. So now hopefully we'll actually have a chance to start writing. And spoiler alert for week 3, life has gotten in the way. I had a Memorial Day barbecue with my father on Monday and a ton of work this week, and I have a holiday weekend coming up. So this week I'm probably just going to get another couple hundred words done, but next week, open schedule, all this stuff planned out. I have 1,200 words of notes from that question session and millions of words of notes in my head. So I think week 4 is going to be the one that we really push forward. I don't know if we're going to get there by the time I'm 40 at the pace I'm at, but I think we're finally going to make some progress.